This story starts in the foyer, like all good stories. Coffee. Yes. Yes. Mike Locker. Whoops. Where the hell are they? Well, some of them are over here in Studio B's live room, but we'll go to that in a second. There's the workstation with the evil that men do, and a bunch of blinky bullshit used to make analog sounds. Analog tape machine. What happens? I wonder what happens if we were to press play. Good evening. Okay, well, just a few more thoughts. Somebody was posting and took a little bit of a shellacking from the regulars regarding my ID, my identity. Just gotta say this, for those of you who don't know who I am, it's probably a blessing. If you did, you'd probably run far away and not listen to a word of these narratives. But anyways.
Come on, do it.
Oh yeah, there we go. We gotta have
it. One, type one.
My official title is probably Chief Bottle Washer, but I guess I'm the owner and I guess like kind of the head producer, chief producer, or chief engineer, or whatever, of my private production house in New Jersey, in Jersey City, New Jersey, which is kind of like it's kind of like the New Jersey side of New York City. It's right across the river, right across the water from the Empire State Building and whatnot. And our outfit is called Big Blue Meanie.
We're at Big Blue Meanie Studios, Jersey City. We're going to ring the doorbell. They're expecting us. Hi, I'm here to record.
You know I Thanks.
Hi, I set it up.
You don't got that much money.
$5,000 isn't enough money?
All right, come on in. There we go.
Without stopping the tape machine.
Alright, so today's thank you video has to do with somebody called Slipperman. I believe his real name is Tim Giles. I am very sorry if I got your name wrong pronouncing it. So there was this forum called the Womb Forums that I was on almost 10 years ago. And there was this Mixerman, Aardvark, and the Slipperman radio show, or Mixerman, Slipperman, and Aardvark radio show. And there was one recording engineer who was on it, named Slipperman. And I was listening to this radio show when I was 14 or 15 or 16 years old. I remember I'd be riding my bike for exercise, or I'd just be riding my bike to clear my day. And I wound up putting this on my crappy $20 CD player, MP3 player. I'd actually burn the MP3 of the radio show to CD. And I would ride my bike listening to it. And he was a real character. Slipperman was a real character, and there were a lot of things that you said that that I really didn't think about at the time. In terms of what is a real professional, how do you deal with difficult situations, how do you deal with clients.
So now we're going to get on to the better part of today's movie and the important part. Voss.
Yes.
Upcoming Mixerman show. It's on Sunday. It's a world of pain for everybody. We know it. Once again, we'll be doing his bidding for absolutely no reason other than, I don't know what the reason is. I don't know. When you think of Mixerman, how do you feel? What type of feelings come up when you think of Mixerman?
First of all, I think he's an asshole Californian Douchebag.
An asshole Californian douchebag.
Pothead asshole.
Pothead asshole. Okay, so I mean, would you would you agree with the assessment that he is, quote, big and dumb?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
He's
all right.
tall and he's stupid.
Tall and stupid. All right, very good. Thank you, Voss.
And I had enough of mixing his fucking stupid shows.
Oh, there we go. All right, you've had enough of mixing his stupid fucking shows.
Bunch of old losers talking about audio.
Yeah, and there's nothing could be more boring. It's a snore fest, right? It's a fucking snore fest. I'm with you, Voss. I'm with you. Some people will turn to religions as a path towards spirituality. I discovered music as a path for me towards spirituality before I was even pretty much in the double digits. I was 9 or 10 years old by the time I figured out that music really was, if there was a God or something, music was kind of my path towards it. It was the thing that, for me, seemed to come from someplace else, and it went through you. And so you ended up being kind of like a conduit for big energies that felt a lot bigger than you, and were like good stuff. And so it didn't feel real connected to Earth, not very earthbound. It seemed like above this thing. And I think I was saying the other day when I was talking to you that, you know, for me, music is like, you know, it's this ancient, invisible, beautiful art, this powerful art that's unbelievably powerful. It can really change things. And because of that, it almost ends up being like, you know, well, I guess the thing I would say is it ends up being like war with no casualties, you know, no exchange of gunfire or real estate, and you can really change stuff. You can change the way whole groups of people think. You can enact changes in people. It's this wonderful kind of, and the people say, and it may be cliche, but it's also really true. It's a communication, you know, it's a way to communicate stuff, to communicate emotions and ideas and all kinds of other stuff like that. And once you get it, once you get the bug, and you get your first taste of really being able to do that, once you either wow a crowd at a live show, or you make a record that you listen to later and you really love it and you believe in it and stuff, then you're kind of doomed. At that point, you're what are you gonna do? What are you gonna? I mean, you're gonna open up a really successful factory footwear outlet. I mean, there's not a lot of stuff you can think of right off the top of your head where you're thinking like, gee, you know, I'd really much rather be doing X. And I don't know. I think those guys are the guys who are the lifers. They're just gonna, you know, they're doomed. They're gonna go to the grave making music. The last thing they do is like, oh no, change the, you know. And, but you know, whatever. And my joke has always been that they're gonna find me, like, you know, I'm gonna be like they're gonna find me, like, you know, in Pompeii they've got like the guy still baking the bread, like petrified. You know, when the mountain blew up, when Vesuvius blew up in 79 AD. And I'm going to be like that with the console. They're going to find me like this over the console, over the recording console. But it's, you know, to me, that sounds morbid, but it's actually a funny, hilarious thing. And but just, if you find something in your life that just never, that you can do, and hopefully do to even make your living from it, and it's your joy. It's the single greatest source of joy, of transcendent joy in your life. Oh, well, maybe the second greatest. There's my boy and girl. All right, you, what are you doing, you? Oh, my God. Oh, no. All right. Now you gotta stop the tape machine, bud. No way to stop the recording without stopping the tape machine. He forgets being a young man of digital age. So anyways, here we go. We're not using the Vox on this track, but we're gonna be. And we're using the Marshall cabinet, which is a straight 1960 with roller selection gold backs. And we got a good old 57 and Rupert Neve ribbon mic of doom. I'm not here I don't need to force them into an ethical, their motives must be pure. No, I don't need them to put the music first. I need them to put the idea that art is worthy and should be connected with an audience first. And then the rest of it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's where you say, yo, music's powerful. It's bigger than these guys in suits. It's bigger than all this bullshit. And if they can just stand around and go, holy shit, Bill, looks like a big one coming in. Big weather, big weather. They're kind of weathermen at that point. See? Because we're the fucking weather. We're the fucking weather. Those guys are just kind of standing around going, I don't know. I don't think you should be wearing that tinfoil hat standing in a bucket of distilled water, Bill. Because we're the fucking lightning. See, but we gotta have those guys. This gigantic behemoth of a drum kit, by the way, is what I waste my time on every night. See, it's a left-handed kit, completely, with a snare drum, and a right-handed kit with a snare drum. And that's because I'm an idiot. Okay. I don't know. I hope... I hope, that finding a way to live your life through music and trying to do good works, do good things, and all the stuff that I talked about will be enough to help in some small way to tilt the scales of any type of cosmic energy or any of these concepts of spirituality or energy, passage of energy or energies that pass through the concept of the soul or any of these other type of things. I really would hope that the old cliche, walk the walk rather than talk the talk, is the thing that musicians really kind of feel is what they do. They're kind of trying to walk the walk, to just say like, let's make something cool. Let's move people. Let's communicate with people. Let's try and raise man above this earthbound coil, and hope that all things considered, it's a worthy endeavor, a worthy activity that optimizes tilts the scales, that either for us or other people around us in a positive fashion. And I got a lot more obsessed with that. I think if you're a searcher, and I think most musicians are searchers, they're searching around. If you're a searcher, I think the process is every bit as important as any of the findings. And to me, that's just really, that could have probably said the same thing in a lot of those words by just saying that the process is like, that's where everything is. That's where all the good stuff is, as far as I can tell. It's the process, going through the process.
Most of these videos would have never gone up if I didn't get to see that there was somebody in the real world who was successful and good at what they did, even though they had talked about all the things that they talked about, even if they talked about all the things that other people may laugh at or find funny. He never cared what other people would think of his failings or of the things that he did wrong, the same way that I don't care. And it's a good thing that I had that influence to tell me this.
Well, I'm gonna let you go now.
Okay.
But I just want to thank you very much, because you've inspired me, and I know that you
Thank
have
you.
inspired the rest of the world.
Well, oh, jeez. That'd be, even if one person goes like, yeah, that guy's all right, that'll be good. I'll take it.
I'll connect it to the right market.
Oh, good, all right, thank you. Very nice. All right, it's very nice. And that's it. At 5, coming up on 6 minutes, that's the end of our little movie. Here, let me just race through. See if I can find let's find a marquee ending. A marquee ending. A marquee ending, Al. And there it is. Droll Reamp Madness.